said you grew up and you were playing football and stuff. You grew up. Your whole life was back in Nigeria.
Yeah, back in Nigeria. Yeah, I
And
grew
when
up.
did your first move outside of Nigeria was to Hungary?
Yeah, that was Hungary. I think I was 17 or 18. I think.
Damn.
Yeah,
Okay, so same as me. I moved when I was 17 as well. So you moved
yeah.
directly from Nigeria to Hungary. But how did you even figure out to go to Hungary? Like you knew you wanted to do
Yeah,
medicine?
that was. It's a long story. It's a very long story. So I think that's why I keep on saying like sometimes you have to be blessed in life.
For sure.
You have to have. You have to be ready for opportunities in life, and you also have to be brilliant or smart. If you have these three things, then the goal, the goal, the sky is just a starting point. So the story is, I am the first of three, and growing up, my dad put so much pressure, put so much emphasis on studying. Like we were not so rich, but he was one of the smartest guys I knew. So I can remember growing up, I used to see books in the house. I used to read a lot of books from him. I knew a lot of current affairs. You know how growing up, the president of Yugoslavia, president of this one, countries and the capitals. You can call like even up to now. I know some. If you I know Belgrade is in Serbia. I know like some places. I've never been there in my life.
There used to be a thing, right? Like for Indians as well, GK. They used to call it GK,
General
general
knowledge.
knowledge.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So I used because my dad was someone that was always interested in education, so he had this every time. And so I remember going to school. I was always coming first from primary one. I don't know how they call it in your side, but there was a nursery school, the nursery like the kitas,
Yeah.
and then you now enter the primary school, and from there you go from primary one to primary six. And and in every class there were 3 semesters or 3 terms. And from that primary one, every time I was coming first. It even followed up until my secondary school.
Mm-hmm.
Like my record is still standing in my secondary school from JSS1, junior secondary to SS3, every term. Sometimes I didn't buy textbooks because after you come first, the school for the next class, at the end of the school session, at the award giving ceremony, you get textbooks for the next
Cool. Okay.
session. So my dad didn't. So he made me see that with education, you can get anything in life. Yeah. So then in my state, there was a point came. The government, because from where I come from, we are so blessed with oil, the crude oil. So we had money. So a new government came that wanted to sponsor the children abroad to study. So they've already sent a batch before, and then this was the second batch that was coming. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people from my country applied. There were a lot of people. 12,000, I think 25,000 people applied, all for just 25 spots.
And this was all just to Hungary?
This was all just, actually it was first for the UK.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And the course wasn't for medicine. It was something biochemistry, biomedical sciences, food processing. Mm-hmm. But funny courses, yeah? But, the mentality, you're coming from a poor home. Anything will do, as long as I'm not back home. Because if I go there and I'm studying, even if I'm studying animal catching or animal rearing, I will still be earning more than what doctors are earning back in my country.
Wait, pause. But when you say you come from a poor home, because give me some perspective. What do you mean? You were struggling meal to meal?
We were struggling. Yeah, no, not really struggling. No, I wouldn't say. So there's low class, middle class, and there's the high class.
Yeah.
So we were the middle class of the low class. Just to put it that way. Yeah. We were not in middle class, not in the high class. So we were not so. Every day we ate. There was no day I went hungry, but there were days you ate what you don't want. You still have to eat because it's there. Like you eat, like for example, you eat carbs every. Sometimes you eat the same carbs every day. But people say, "Oh God, we went through a lot." I was going down the street selling stuff. I never sold any stuff in my life. I was never child child abuse, go around the world, go around carrying stuff in your head. I think for me, I think that's like the lowest of the lowest. Yeah, when the children now begin to be used as ways of getting money. Yeah. So my dad was, we were so, I think we're so lucky not to get to that level.
Mm-hmm.
But we were really, we sit in a one room apartment, one room.
One room for the whole family.
One room for the whole family. We were
wow.
3. Yeah. So imagine one room, and then we shared toilets and bathroom with 2 other people.
So you and you have brothers and sisters as well? 3 altogether.
So it was me and my brother first of all. My sister came later.
Okay.
Yeah. So imagine, and it was just like, it was like my room here, 4 by, I think 50 by what? It wasn't so big. Yeah, it wasn't so big. Then you have a bed. You have like a fridge. You have like a TV. The TV that you have to turn, so you have to turn. Yeah, so those were growing up. And then sometimes it rains. And then because of the leaking roof, you have to set like things under, like to catch the water. It was so sometimes when I look at myself now, and I look then, I just laugh. Because I could remember how things were so terrible. And my dad always said it. He was always telling me, like, he was always saying, education will pave the way.
What did your dad do, if you don't mind me asking?
My dad was an accountant.
Okay. And but in Nigeria, even if you're an accountant, you don't like make that kind of money or anything.
Yeah. In order to make the kind of money that he could have made, he would have done. He should have gone into something illegal.
Okay.
And he didn't want to do it. So he was a cashier. He was paying. His job was to pay pensioners.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he had pensioners, and then he would pay. Like, so sometimes some of these pensioners are dead. So when they die, normally you don't have to pay them. So you can actually just take that money and write down when you've paid them. Some of his colleagues did that, and some of them will build houses, had cars. So and that's one thing about life. When people that are so honest in life do not go far. People that are always looking for the cutting, for the like corners that will progress. So he told me that he wasn't one of those people. Like most of his colleagues then that did it, most of them are dead now or they're in bad places.
Did you understand that as a kid? Did you understand?
No.
When did you understand that your dad kind of chose the
right
way?
It was when as I grew up, I also had my own part of hardship, and I saw things where I was like, yeah, it's always good to do right. And now I understood it. And every day, like, I am forever indebted to him. Like, he's my, I say role model.
Yeah.
He's my role model, someone that I can look up to. And even though he's not, how would I put it? He's not financially buoyant, yeah, but he's someone that has principles. And his principles doesn't change. Yeah.
That's powerful. And so this opportunity came up to go somewhere else, and then
opportunity came to go somewhere else, and there was an exam. So then I was already in medical school. Yeah?
Okay.
So I got admission to medical school. Yeah, because I didn't want to study medicine actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, but medicine was the only option of me bringing my family out of poverty.
So this is in Nigeria. You got into medical school.
This was Nigeria. I got into medical school. Okay. Yeah. So then there was a scholarship that from the government came, and then it was open for everyone. Everyone. So I applied for it. Yeah. There were exams. So after the exam, there was a screening. So I passed the exam. Yeah. From 25,000, around 200 were called. Yeah. I think the day I got the call, I was in my campus. Yeah. And I think that was the day that I knew my life changed.
Really? Were you looking forward to it? Did you think that it was
my God? I was, how would I put it? I wasn't looking forward to it because I felt like come on, 25,000 people. Yeah. And obviously I can't be so smart that I will be among the 200 people because it's also based on, some people got spots based on man, no man. There's something we say in Nigeria. So connections. So it's government, If government, so please help my child. Yeah, put my child's name.
Yeah.
Yeah. So already, and I was a child of a nobody, so to say. Yeah. I remember when my dad got the form, I begged him to get the form. I was actually doing a practical up, and I came down, and he got me the form. Actually, he got the photocopied form, so not the original form. And originally, so that means automatically I should have been disqualified. You understand what I mean? So that's why sometimes I look back at everything. I think everything was just destiny. Some guys got the original form, and their forms were scattered. They lost it. So, but I got a photocopy of a photocopy, and I sent. And I told him. I remember that I told him I'll fill the form, and it was. I think it was close to the end of the deadline. Yeah, a day before. I was like, I came down quickly. I told him, Daddy, I want to do this thing. I'm sure I'm going to pass this. And he gave it to me, and I filled my details, and he sent it to the board. Yeah, I'm not saying all these things that because it's not done to me that some people had the original forms weren't called for the exam.
Mm-hmm.
This form is so you fill the form, and then they will now call you for the exam.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not as you fill the form and then you go for the exam. You fill the form, then you call you for the exam.
So when you got this news when you were on campus, this is after you'd done your exam, or you still had to do
this? This is after I've done the exam.
Wow. So this was official. You're done. You got it.
It was official. I was done. That means I have been selected to travel abroad. Yeah.
Wow.
So I remember automatically I lost interest in my medical school at that point. I stopped going to classes because I had a friend then. We still talk, but not so often. The two of us got. So as I got the email, he got the email. As I was calling him, he was calling me. So I was like, bro. Remember that day we walked around the whole campus just happy. We're just happy singing. Man, we're done with this nonsense school. This school doesn't have a very good toilet. We're going to go to UK. We're going to have fun. We're going to tell the girls, So that was our happiness. We were like, oh my God, we're going to go out. We're going to do a lot of things. Yeah. So we lost interest.
So this was for the UK, or you didn't know?
This was for the UK.
Okay.
Yeah, for the UK. And then I told my dad. My dad was ecstatic. Everybody was happy. There was a vision. So like everyone was so like, oh yes, there's at least hope for the family, right? And then we went for they now called. Now that was the exam. Yeah, past the exam. Then there was now an oral interview. Yeah. So we now went to an oral interview. They will ask you basically, what do you do? Like, just to know more about you. We did that also. From that, some sets were also selected, some were dropped. Yeah. And then they now sent another second email. Okay, you passed the second part. I got it, my friend got it also. Good. The same celebration. It was a step by step. So at the point we were now 200, I think. 200, from 25,000 to 200. And there was now a big meeting in a hall with all the students that were selected and all the parents of the students. And then this was where there was now a shocker. That because most of us don't have A-levels, we cannot go directly to the UK. Yeah, we have to stay back. Yeah, and do A-levels in the country.
Oh.
Yeah, because the schools in UK, they need A-level, they need GCSEs.
Yeah.
You need better results. You can't use your WAEC results. If it doesn't count there, you can't use your WAEC results. So then my dad was like, I remember that my dad was like, why you people still say this? I was like, Daddy, calm down. If you don't mark us, you cannot mark us and say, I won't travel. Tell my dad to calm down. But like, they should have said the sense. They're bringing parents here to put them under stress. I was like, it's okay. I'll do the A-levels. I'll do it.
How long does that take?
We did the accelerated A-levels for, I think it was 2011. From 2011 to 2012. 2011 August to 2012 of March.
Okay.
Yeah. So 2010 was when I got my admission in medical school. 2010. I was in my first year. Then the scholarship came 2011. Yeah, 2011. So that was when I took the exam and everything. Yeah. So it was like, okay, we're going to go for A-levels. So that there was now a big decision for me to make. A-levels I might pass, I might not pass. It means I have two things in my hands. I already have an admission for medicine, which was sweat, which I went through a lot to get. The second thing, I have A-levels, which I have to pass. Chemistry, English, chemistry, physics, biology. I have to get A stars, A stars, A stars to get medicine. Yeah? And I know biology I'm good, chemistry I'm good, but physics, God, I hated physics. So I was telling my daughter, like, this medicine, which I got in Uniport, which Uniport was the name of my school in Nigeria, my university. It was a lot. But I also have an opportunity to get more. So I told my dad that I'm going to cancel my admission. That was a very big decision in my life.
So you committed to A-levels?
To commit to A-levels, yeah. Because there were points I stopped going to school and they were doing exams. Because I was now preparing. Yeah? So I was like, so I remember I went to school that day, me and my friend. So me and this guy were doing everything together. Yeah? Me and my friend then. So we went to school and we went to the registrar of admissions and we told him, or we told her that we said that we want to defer our admission. We want to push it. She was like, there's no deferment here. There's a total cancellation. So you can't defer, you can only cancel.
Oh my God.
We so we went out, thought about it. We were like, no. But even if worst comes to worst, we lose it, we can come back again and start again. So we were like, okay. We went in and we said we were going to cancel. We canceled it. So that was it. We lost our spot, everything, and then the A-levels came and then I said, okay, we're going to send you guys to different parts of the country. Yeah? So I was sent to the main hub of Nigeria, one of the busiest cities in Nigeria, Lagos, not the main capital, Lagos. My friend was sent to another place, Kwara State. I just sent everywhere, just sent out. Yeah. And that was the first time in my life that I left my state. I was 18, I think. So first time I left my state in a plane.
Mm.
So we went, oh God. So we went in the plane, and then my dad was in the airport to see us go. There was a big entourage. You know, we were the state's treasure. So there was like an entourage, like a big buses with armored cars following us from the state government house to the airport.
Because you were like the two selected people from the state.
Yeah,
getting
exactly.
This program.
No, not the two. A lot of other people.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
all of us. Yeah.
But some of the few.
Some of the few.
It was like a big deal there.
It was a big deal.
Yeah.
So we were being driven there, and then I went to Lagos. Again, the plan was to do the A-levels, and then pass the A-level exam, and then go to UK to study food processing, biochemical, whatever. And I was okay with it.
You didn't even know.
I didn't even know. But I think that was the point. The point was like, for me, I was like, anything that would take me away from my country.
Yeah.
That would make me to become prosperous and send back money home.
Wait, yeah? Did you hate your country at this time?
I didn't hate my country.
Mm-hmm.
I just because I don't hate where I come from. I only believe that it could be better.
But I mean, that's you saying that now, or did you feel that at the time?
It's me also saying that now. So that time.
At that time as well.
It never changed. Yeah.
Because when you're in poverty and you're like, man, there's nothing here for me, and you kind of have that feeling of, this place sucks. Did you have that or no? You were like, no, I'll come back.
It sucks, but sucks and hating for me don't go hand in hand because sucks is the situation.
Okay.
So because Nigeria, from the country, is what makes me. So everything I have, and every point I was then was because of the country. Because I had a big family. Even if financially we weren't so buoyant, like I said before, there wasn't a day we went hungry. It wasn't a day. So there was always family. I had a big family. Sometimes when I go to the village, I don't sleep in my house. I just go to my uncle's house. So there was this community, and that was something. Even then, I knew it wasn't popular in Europe or America because I watch movies. I saw how people, some of these families, how the children talk to their dad anyhow, like like F you dad, like go there, like, that kind of stuff. So I'm like, is this how this student behave there? So
get smacked.
yeah, get smacked. Exactly. So some children fight their parents. So like no. Like I love but I believe that in order to achieve what I wanted to achieve, I couldn't stay back home.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was the point. So because I felt like I would have been restricting myself because I knew I had a lot to achieve. I had a lot. So I believe that my life wasn't just going to be back in my country, having kids, getting married. No, I didn't see myself that way. Because I felt, so maybe it was because of how smart I thought I was. Because I was going for competitions in my state. I was going for spelling bees. I was winning spelling bees from other schools. Because one time I went for a spelling bee, there was a school that wore a suit and cap. and when they came into the hall, everyone was like, whoa. They were like, whoa. And I got to the finals with one of the kids there. And they were asking questions. Spell kleptomania. Spelled. Spelled onomatopoeia. Spelled. Spelled boutique. Spell. There was a very long word so to spell. Claustrophobia. So I was like, that was the last one. I spelled it and I said, correct. It was a clap. I said, so, and then the guy, the person couldn't spell it. The person couldn't spell boutique. Yeah? At the end, she spelled K instead of a Q-U-E.
Rookie mistake.
So that was how I won. So I think it was all of these things. The fact that I felt like because I was winning a lot of things, I didn't see myself just wasting this in one place. Yeah? And so that was one thing that it was me that told my dad that to get the form for me. Not my dad telling me to get the form. Told him to get the form that I want to do this exam because I feel like I can do it. So the A-levels came and we're doing the A-levels and everything. Exams, we was doing the exams. And then there was now a turning point. So this is where the medicine came in and Hungary came in.
Yeah.
So there was now a point where my school organized a mock exam. We didn't know that this mock exam was going to be used for something. Nobody knew. And God so being kind, the mock exam was copy-paste of a particular book I had just studied some days before. And I have a picturesque memory. I can look at something and I know how it works.
Okay.
Yeah. So the exam that is set for physics was something I just looked at some days ago. And I got an A star for that. The chemistry they set was something I looked at some days ago and I got an A star for that one. Physics and biology, the same thing. I got an A star, A. Yeah. Remember, it was a mock exam. Because we do this mock exam because for A-levels, you do mock exams. As you are pushing the exam, they want to see how you're developing. And so that when you do the exam, the main exam, they will now compare with your mock exam to see if there was like a cheating. If for example, you got a C in your mock exam, you got an A star, they're going to probe, okay, maybe there was a cheating here. Yeah, so that's what we did almost every 3 months. So it wasn't a new thing. So we knew that the mock exam was coming up. We took it. Then after we took the mock exam, they now said that based on this mock exam, they're going to select a new set of people that will not be going to the UK to study food processing, whatever. They will now be sent to Hungary to study medicine.
This is like some Hunger Games, Squid Games.
bro, like, so, and they didn't just do it in my school. They did it also in my friend's school, my friend which came for me, but he wasn't so lucky, so he didn't get the spot. He didn't get the medicine spot. He got another because he didn't score well. So like that, from from different states, most of my the scholars from different states, yeah. So we were now 25 from the 200 that went for the A levels. The other ones, people that didn't score well, were now sent to UK. So some of them studied food processing, pharmacy, some courses that were like, funny courses. And then those ones that now did well, were now sent to Hungary.
So could you choose to say, okay, listen, I don't want to go to Hungary, I want to do the UK thing, so I'll just do the other exam, or did you know, okay, medical school, I'm going?
So because I wanted medical school. So I wanted that one. Okay. Everybody wanted that one.
Yeah, okay.
Everybody wanted it, so, and that was a better option. Everybody wanted it, so that was how things changed, and that was how the Hungary journey came. Yo!